Good morning and welcome to the County of Berks Commissioners Board meeting for May 27th, 2021. We begin with a moment of silence followed by a pledge to our nation's flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning again and welcome. We are without the services of Commissioner Leinbach today. Will be Commissioner Rivera and myself. My executive assistant, Jessica Blauser, will read the public comment portion for today's meeting.
Good morning. Public comment will be accepted through the Q&A function. Please include your first name, last name, and municipality. Any comments without name and municipality will not be considered. Each citizen can submit one comment. Comment length is dictated by limitations of the platform being used, Microsoft Teams Q&A, Facebook, and YouTube. The meeting comment period is limited to 30 minutes in total. Please be concise. Comments will be read during the meeting and should not be considered to be interactive dialogue with the commissioners. Any commissioner response to public comment will be done at the discretion of the commissioners.
Thank you, Jesse. We also had an executive session this past Friday, which was May 21st for personnel. We will begin the meeting as we have done the past few months with the Berks County COVID-19 data report from Brian Gottschall, our Director of Berks County Department of Emergency Services, and the lead on the Berks County COVID-19 leadership team. Brian?
Thanks, Commissioner. Give you a moment to make sure you can see my screen. As you mentioned, our May 27th report based primarily on data available at the end of last week. So we continue to try to compact this and make the report as concise as possible while still giving folks what seems to be the most important and interesting information. This is our slide that we show every week that shows our 7-day smooth testing count and 14-day smooth case count. Again, compacted since the fall of last year. The one thing I want to mention is that the point that we're at now with respect to case count over on the right-hand side of the slide is the point that we were at approximately May 7th of last year. By the end of May last year, we had cut that number in half, going down from a little bit over 800 cases over the smooth period to around 400 cases. So we hopefully we'll continue to see the same decline in cases that we saw last year continue this spring as we move into the summer months. Our hospital data looks great. This is the first time we're below triple digits, and if I did a better job, I would have had an actual date for you of the last time we were below triple digits, but I didn't pull that up. I can just tell you it's been quite a long time since our hospitals in Berks County combined have been under 100 cases in-house that are either suspected or known to be COVID. Unfortunately, we do continue to have COVID-related deaths. Sometimes we have great days where we have 0. Yesterday, not such a good day, we had 3 reported deaths. So as I've said before, sadly, after the case count goes down, there is unfortunately still dying to be done by those who were diagnosed with the disease, and we are still seeing those deaths get tallied up, even though our case count is coming down. Hopefully, we will see these deaths very much flatten out as the case count continues to decrease. On vaccine administrations, we continue to be 9th in the Commonwealth in raw number. Again, this is just total numbers administered, so obviously the larger and more populous the county, the more likely it is that they're going to be at the top of the list. We're also very interested, though, in looking at the per capita number. So where are we at by percentage of our population that's inoculated? And as of the 21st, we were 38th in the Commonwealth as far as those fully inoculated, and 26th as far as those who have received at least the first dose of the total series. So again, not where we want to be. We would like to see us kind of be in the top 10 per capita in the Commonwealth also. Restructured our thermometers a little bit to make the data a little bit easier to understand and see. Again, the governor has set a 70% of the population over the age of 18 benchmark for the Commonwealth, and therefore we would assume that we have an obligation to kind of meet that same benchmark here in Berks County to do our part. As it stands presently, we are at 52.7% in the Commonwealth and 44.4% in Berks County. And then we have to kind of switch the data set a little bit and take a look at DOH data instead of CDC data to understand where we're at with partial inoculations, because CDC doesn't provide us county level data of those who have the first shot of the 2-shot series. Again, where this gets a little confusing, and this is the asterisk over there, DOH does not give us a clear break point of over 18. They include up to 19 in their demographic break point. So this is why we say approximately 55,000 new people needed to step up, because we include the 18 to 19-year-olds in our collection of doses given, but they're not included in the goal, which is over 18 plus. So work with us a little on the numbers. We're about 55,000 folks short as far as new folks starting the process to get to the goal that the governor has set for us in Berks County. And we, of course, want to remind everybody that we do have a community vaccine site open, and our doyourpartberks.com website is the best place to go to find the opportunities to be inoculated there or at any of the other sites in Berks County. And I know Commissioner Barnhart, is going to speak a little bit more about the opportunities at our clinic. That's all I have, Commissioner.
Thank you, Brian. And yes, I want to echo that our goal now is 55,000 to get their first shot. And it's not a matter anymore of availability of vaccine. It's a matter of willingness to get the vaccine. We do not have a report this week on Cole County Wellness. There was a technical glitch. We will have a double report next Thursday. But again, to highlight the Berks Cares Vaccine Center, which is located in the North Reading Plaza in Muhlenberg Township. Again, free bus service on routes 1 and 3, also on shared ride through BARDA. And I think it's both Uber and Lyft will provide free access to all vaccine centers in Berks County. The highlight of the Berks Cares Vaccine Center is the type of vaccines. All 3 are available. As everyone knows, Pfizer is approved for those 12 and up. Moderna, both Pfizer and Moderna, those 2 shots. Pfizer's 21 days spread, Moderna's 28 days. And for those who like convenience, Johnson & Johnson is a 1 shot. The hours are posted here on the screen for the period of time, May 27th through June 5th. They are alternating the times based on the needs of the community. So as you look into next week, they will extend out into Saturday. So 9 to 2 on Tuesday, 7 to 6 on Wednesday, 7 to 6 on Thursday, 8 to 2 on Friday, and on Saturday, 8 to 12. So we're trying to get as many opportunities out there for third shift employees coming off shift, for first shift employees and second shift employees, extending those hours, and as well as people who just don't have the time during the weekday to get there on Saturday. Again, one thing that's also been modified is appointments are recommended but not required. Appointments do help to schedule the proper flow of people. But if you decide one Saturday you'd like to drive in there and get a vaccine, please avail yourself of this opportunity. Again, all 3 vaccines are available at the Berks Cares Vaccine Center, North Reading Plaza in Muhlenberg Township. So if you're willing and able to get a vaccine, please do so. We want to see that 55,000 continue to drop exponentially each week going forward. So thank you very much, Brian. And with that, we will move to the regular order of business for today. Approval of the minutes of the May 20th, 2021 Commissioners meeting and the May 25th, 2021 Operations meeting. If there are no corrections or objections, the minutes will stand approved as presented. Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Jesse, any public comment on the printed agenda items?
No.
Thank you. We will move to agenda items. Item 1, Budget Department, adopt the resolution authorizing 2021 budget transfers in the amount of $125,478 and 2021 appropriations in the amount of $2,975,914 per listing dated May 25th, 2021. Under Human Resources, 3 items. Authorize the appointment of A. Elizabeth Kraft to Assistant County Solicitor in Procurement Solicitor's Office, replacement for Cody Kaufman, who has been promoted. Item 2, authorize the appointment of Rex Levengood to Interim Director of Facilities and Operations in Facilities and Operations, effective 5/21/21 at a rate of $95,837. Item 3, authorize the promotion of Jeffrey Shearer from Lieutenant to Deputy Warden in custody in the jail system effective June 9th, 2021 at a rate of $82,500 annually. Under the Commissioners, we have item A, adopt a resolution authorizing Kevin Barnhart as Vice Chair to execute the CWEL Child Welfare Education for Leadership Program between the County of Berks, Rebecca Ann Kratz, an employee of the Berks County Children and Youth Services, and the University of Pittsburgh of the Commonwealth System of Higher Education to participate in a graduate level social work program as outlined in Title 4B, Part 1 of the Commonwealth Child and Family Services Plan. Item B, adopt a resolution ratifying, confirming, and approving Ronald R. Seaman, Chief Administrative Officer, to accept and execute the letter proposed dated May 20th, 2021 from the McGee Company of Media, Pennsylvania, to provide professional cost estimating services for the Berks County Agricultural Center Cost Studies Project at a total not to exceed amount of $13,200. Item C, adopt a resolution ratifying, confirming, and approving Kevin Barnhart as Vice Chair to execute the GSA Form 2017 Lessor's Annual Cost Statement for consideration of a modest increase in the cost of rental per square foot for USDA offices at the Berks County Agricultural Center, 1238 County Welfare Road in Leesport for a 3-year period commencing January 1 of 2022 through December 31st of 2024. Item D, adopt a resolution authorizing Alan D. Piper, Transportation Planner, to execute a Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection Chapter 105 small projects permit application for the T668 Gibraltar Road Bridge Superstructure Replacement Project over Antietam Creek, Exeter Township, which is County Bridge 45-A. Item E, adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of addendum number 2 to the lease agreement between the County of Berks and the Township of Cumru, which extends the term for an additional 2-year period through December 31st of 2022 and sets the lease rental at $2,169.38 per month. Item F, adopt a resolution ratifying, confirming, and approving Christian Y. Leinbach as Chair, execution of the objective and scope of the audit for the financial statement of the County of Berks letter for the year ending December 31st, 2020. Item G, adopt a resolution authorizing the appointment of the following individuals to the Berks County Government COVID-19 Healthcare Advisory Panel: Olubunmi Ojukutu, Medical Doctor, Chairperson of Pediatrics at Reading Hospital, and Jamie Chomaleski, Medical Doctor, Reading Pediatric Group. Item 2, motion authorizing the execution of contract agreements and amendments as set forth on attached listing dated May 25th, 2021. And motion to confirm and set forth in Controller's Office voucher listing dated May 25th, 2021, and the payment of electronic transfers and employee payroll. And I did skip over the number of contracts. I did have those here. There are a total of 6, 1 with CareerLink, 2 with Children and Youth Services, 1 with our IS department, 1 with Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities, and 1 with the Solicitor's Office. That is what I have. So we've covered the agenda and item 2 and number 3.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
And I will second that motion. All those in favor, consent by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, reports of Treasurer and Controller. We have A. Dennis Adams, our County Treasurer.
I have to get unmuted, sorry.
There he is.
Yeah, I was waiting for the sunshine to get out here this morning. Hopefully everybody's having a good one. We had an opening balance today of $243,395,617.48. A balance to clear of $4,306,525,035. leaving us with a balance today of $239,079,002.13.
Thank you, Dennis. And Sandy Graffis and her staff are at training today. So I have the controller's report for May 26th of 2021. Total accounts payable $13,365,293.75. There was a payroll of $4,430,866.70 for total disbursements of $17,796,160.45. Report of Chief Administrative Officer Ronald R. Seaman.
Thank you, Commissioner Barnhart. The only thing I'd like to do is to wish everyone a good and safe Memorial Day weekend and ask that as they participate in the various parades or other activities that traditionally occur around this time, that they do take time to remember those who made their sacrifices to preserve the freedoms that all of us today enjoy. Without them, none of it would be possible, and we owe them that much. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. I couldn't have said it better, so I won't repeat exactly what you said, but kudos to your comments. Under Commissioner's comments, I just have one brief. Would like to inform everyone of the operations agenda tentatively for this coming Tuesday, June 1st at 9:30 a.m. will consist of a Commissioner's public and media updates on Wednesday discussion about the format moving forward, and also a presentation by Michael Rivera and Kelly Lawback, our purchasing director, on translation services. This is a proposed agenda. It will be finalized and then posted on the website. So anyone interested on how we handle the public and media update on Wednesdays at 3:30 and interested in translation services for our meetings, please tune in on June 1st at 9:30 a.m. That is all I have, so I'm turning this meeting over to Commissioner Rivera.
Commissioner Barnhart, thank you very much. I just have a few things I want to go over here. I want to remind everyone that the Berks Books Bonanza is still accepting donations through June the 30th. You can donate on Mondays and Tuesdays from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. and Wednesday evenings from 6 to 7:30 p.m. And it's at the Berkshire Mall, the entrance between Five Below and the former Bonton. So if you have any books that you are not using that are in good condition, please consider donating them to the Berks Book Bonanza. Also, next weekend, which is June 4th through the 6th, is the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum 30th Annual World War II Weekend. It was not able to be celebrated last year due to COVID, so we're glad it's here again this year. It's always a great opportunity to enjoy some time with our family and learn about our history as well. So if you are able to, it's on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can go 1 day, 2 days, or all 3 days, and it's right here in Bern Township at the Reading Airport. For more information and to purchase tickets, you can go to the Mid-Atlantic Air Museum website, which is www.maam.org. Again, www.maam.org. Also, this weekend on Sunday at 6 o'clock, the Ole American Legion will be holding their Memorial Day Parade. It will start at 6 o'clock on Main Street in Ole, and there will be a celebration at 6:30. And I'm just trying to find here that information for you. So if you want to go and enjoy that, you see here, have it right here. Bear with me a second. The services will be at 6:30 p.m. at Frieden's Cemetery in Ole, but the parade will start at 6 p.m. on Main Street in Ole. So if you have some time, please join us there on Sunday starting at 6. The parade and the services at 6:30 at Frieden's Cemetery. I also want to wish everyone happy Memorial Day weekend And let us also remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we can enjoy the freedoms that we have today. It's want to take some time all within the celebrations and getting prepared for summer as well. Let us remember what this holiday means and how it has helped us become the country that we are today. So let's take some time to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation. That's all I have. Back to you, Commissioner Barnhart.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivera. Any row officer comments at this time? Dennis, I think you're the only one, so I guess if you don't have anything, we'll move on to citizens' comments. Jesse, would you please read the published comments on the live Q&A?
Greetings, Fred Centigraph, Senior, Berkshire Heights. Greetings, Commissioners. A free and fair November 3rd, 2020 election would have continued and improved upon President Donald Trump's accomplishments, some of which follow. Jobs and investments are pouring into opportunity zones, created nearly 9,000 opportunity zones where capital gains on long-term investments are taxed at zero. Opportunity zone designations have increased property values within them by 1.1%, creating an estimated $11 billion in wealth for the nearly half of opportunity zone residents who own their own home. Opportunity zones have attracted $75 billion in funds and driven $52 billion of new investment in economically distressed communities, creating at least 500,000 new jobs. Approximately 1 million Americans will be lifted from poverty as a result of these new investments. Private equity investments into businesses in opportunity zones were nearly 30% higher than investments into businesses in similar areas that were not designated opportunity zones. Massive deregulation ended the regulatory assault on American businesses and workers. Instead of 2 for 1, 8 old regulations were eliminated for every 1 new regulation adopted, provided the average American household an extra $3,100 every year, reduced direct cost of regulatory compliance by $50 billion, and will reduce costs by an additional $50 billion fiscal year 2020 alone, removed nearly 25,000 pages from the Federal Register, more than any other president. The previous administration added over 16,000 pages. The current administration policies will have negative impact on these positive accomplishments to the detriment of our prosperity. Thank you and Godspeed. Fred Centigraph, Senior, Berkshire Heights. Crystal Kowalski, Why Missing? Good morning, Commissioners. The Reading Eagle article, Pagoda Crackdown, illustrates one element that drives mass incarceration. That element is getting tough on petty crime. The quotes from city officials are troubling. Quote, the administration is no longer interested in educating the public in taking a soft approach. We will be requesting maximum fines, and any time possible they can physically take someone into custody for violations of state law, they will do those things, end quote. It is clear from the officials' comments that they are frustrated by a problem they have been dealing with for a long time. Their frustration is valid, their solution is not. I would like to suggest there are alternate approaches that can be learned and implemented by working with organizations that have been studying these very problems for decades. Here is an excerpt from the Vera Institute's report on policing. Ending mass incarceration and repairing its extensive collateral consequences must begin by focusing on the front end of the system, police work. Recognizing the roughly 18,000 police agencies around the country as gatekeepers of the system, this report explores the factors driving mass enforcement, particularly of low-level offenses. What police agencies could do instead with the right community investment, national and local leadership, and officer training, incentives, and support, and policies that could shift the policing paradigm away from reflective use of enforcement, which unnecessarily criminalizes people and leads directly to jailhouse door. As County Commissioners, you're on the supply side of this transaction. You are responsible to supply room for incarceration. You have been a board that is open to establishing studies to solve problems. I am asking that you contact the Vera Institute or another comparable organization that can help bring about alternate solutions. Thank you, Crystal Kowalski. John Archer, Spring Township. Commissioners, the Times Leader newspaper, which covers the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre metropolitan area, recently reported that the Luzerne County Election Services had incurred some ballot issues during the recent Pennsylvania primary election. The newspaper reported that some errors had occurred on the ballots, in which there was a political party mix-up of some of the candidates being incorrectly assigned to the other party. In a meeting with Dominion Voting Systems and the Luzerne County Election Services, Dominion stated that it was not its fault and blamed the problem on the county's election services employees for failing to check the party's ballots before the final loading into the voting machines. According to Administrative Services Division Head David Parsnick, the county does not test the on-screen ballot after they are approved. The county leaves it up to Dominion to program them into the electronic ballot marking devices with no county examination before the machines are locked up for delivery. With this type of issue always having a high probability of occurring, it is extremely important that the results of the programming of each of the precinct ballots be carefully checked for errors. So what does the Berks County Election Services do to prevent these types of glitches? It uses the correct and appropriate approaches by performing final checks on the precinct ballots which had been loaded into ES&S voting machines, and then proceeds to check for errors and correct them prior to election day. Does this mean that errors will not occur? No, but it goes a long way to reach a high quality level. Thank you, Election Services, for deploying the proper planning and execution of this important function and for continuing to assert a culture of continuous improvement. Becky Ellis Redding. Good morning, Commissioners. As quoted per the EPA, now that the soil contamination has been addressed, the stakeholders agreed that Karcher Creek Park can safely be reopened to the public. The decision to reopen the park lies with Berks County. It will be up to the county to discuss with the PAFCB to determine how to reopen the park. Commissioner Leinbach, you had mentioned via email that a commissioner is currently coordinating with the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission to discuss the indemnification language. It is possible to get weekly updates on these discussions during commissioners' meetings so that the community can stay informed as per progress of these negotiations. I'm assuming that a similar indemnification agreement had been signed with the original lease agreement. May I ask what has changed since the original lease agreement was signed with the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission, since the EPA had made it clear that lead is a non-issue in signing an indemnification agreement? Thank you, Becky. That was the last of the comments.
Thank you, Jesse. Commissioner Rivera, any comments?
I do not have any comments, no.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivera. I just want to comment on the Karcher Creek issue. We are coordinating a meeting with Fish and Boat, has not been set yet. And I don't understand the question. The stakeholders agreed. Simply all you had, Becky, was an email from Kai Dow from EPA with his assertion that the area that was cleaned up or remediated is now safe and has low lead levels. But the ongoing issue that we've had with you as well was where could there be other sites on the entire property, not just the area that was covered over with dirt a few years ago. So there's a lot to be done. There's a lot to talk about. Fish and Boat has a new executive director, new solicitor, new engineer. So we are more than willing to sit down and talk to them and hear what their proposal is. But rest assured, we're going to still maintain that we have to look out for the best interests of all the residents of Berks County and make sure that we are not getting into something that we can't get back out of if in the future there is a significant reemergence of lead from these battery cases that have been deposited in this area of Berks County, as you well know. We're going to be treading very lightly, but we are encouraged that there is a new leadership and a new direction at Fish and Boat, and we're willing to hear what they have to offer to Berks County. So I would say it's not sunshine and rainbows, but at least it's a better situation than we had a few years ago. So thank you. Any other comments? Hearing nothing else, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.